Hi, this is my first time using this app and I haven't fully figured it out yet, but I'm having fun. I love giant machines like Shadow of the Colossus, but machinery. So when I decided I wanted to decoupage some of my own digital paintings onto my door, of course this had to be one of them. The composition is absolutely inspired by Dish and I'm honestly not super thrilled with it. I'd like to return to it before I go to actually plaster it on my door, but since this was my first time touching this app, I'm happy enough. So I have 4 panels to work with, so after honestly not that much thought because my choices were kind of obvious, I decided to go with 01, Hakuoki, Ancient Detective and Genshin Impact. Ancient Detective might be the less obvious choice honestly, but I'll explain that in that video. The reason I wanted Genshin Impact included was because that was the game that kept me going through the medication crap early in 2022. To keep a very long and painful story short, I've been on pain medication for 6 years at that point and was still in a lot of pain, so when I was suddenly taken off it, I was in so much pain that I couldn't get out of bed. There are instances where I couldn't make it to the bathroom in time. It was more painful than the burn story that'll go with the Ancient Detective video. I was supposed to be off them for 3 weeks while settling on my new OCD meds, but I ended up being off them for months with my doctor just making no efforts to do what he promised and prescribe different pain meds that wouldn't conflict with the OCD ones. I was even told at one point to just take ibuprofen, like really, you think that's gonna do anything? In the end, I had to see a different doctor who I'm genuinely convinced was the only legitimate doctor I ever actually spoke to throughout this whole ordeal, and I'm still recovering from being left in that much pain for so long. Being blatantly lied to, being humiliated and feeling degraded and just not wanting to be here anymore. I ended up physically and mentally hurt from that whole ordeal, and I honestly do not think I'd have made it through had my friend not happened to mention Genshin. And honestly, I fell in love with the art style and the music, and you know, Inazuma was already released at this point, so I had a lot to go through. I had a lot of story and exploration, and I basically spent all day, every day just playing Genshin because that was all I could do. I'd be hungry and dehydrated and didn't get to shower basically through this whole ordeal. I could barely do anything but play this mobile game. So no matter what happens in the future, if I lose interest, which I doubt, I never lose interest, I just collect interests, but still, if I do lose interest, if I stop playing, whatever might happen in the future, no matter how many people online look down at it, no matter how bad of a name fans seem to have, Genshin Impact will always be the game that gave me a reason to keep going, that gave me a reason to get up every morning, that kept my mind engaged, because otherwise I really would have just been waking up, lying there, going to sleep, waking up, and so on and so forth. If I was to do the same thing in my other room, something was themed would have to be on there because he was the important thing that kept me going through my granddad dying. I don't know what other 3 things I'd pick. I'd have to think about it.